Welcome back to Iran Protests Weekly, where we round up the protest rallies of Iran's people against the mullah's regime. We begin today's program with a report on the large-scale gathering and protests by students at Sina University in Hamadan against the presence of regime-affiliated forces on campus. On Monday, October 6th, Sina University saw an enthusiastic presence of protesting students who declared their opposition to the presence of the regime's Iraqi proxies attending the university. The regime's security forces, fearing the spread of the protests which were supported by the valiant people of Hamadan, tried to disperse the crowd using water cannons, but were met with resistance by the demonstrators. Last week, students at Khajeh Nasir Tusi University of Technology also held large and successive rallies, protesting the elimination of shuttle services, increased prices for food and dormitories, and what they called the commercialization of services. They voiced their dissent with slogans against the regime's corruption and stressing that they will continue their protests. In Ahvaz on Sunday, October 5th, steel industry retirees held a large march through the city, protesting low pensions, poor economic conditions, injustice, theft, and plunder by the regime. On the same day, Isfahan also witnessed a large gathering of steel industry retirees whose demands have been ignored by regime authorities. In Tehran, on Monday, October 6th, telecommunications retirees raised their voices against the plundering and looting by regime officials, which is one of the main causes of their poor living conditions. In the past week, many cities including Tehran, Ahvaz, Rasht, Hamadan, Kermanshah, and others witnessed the widespread presence of retirees protesting their dire living conditions.
و بگویید فریاد فریاد از این همه میداد. فریاد فریاد از این همه میداد. فریاد فریاد از این همه میداد. بازنشسته داد بزن، حق ما بزن. امام مخابرات آورده، حق ما رو خورده، حق ما رو خورده، حق ما رو خورده. ستاد فرمان امام مخابرات آورده، حق ما رو خورده، حق ما رو خورده. ننگت باز سهامدار ظالم، ننگت باز، ننگت باز. سهامدار ظالم، ننگت باز، ننگت باز. سهامدار ظالم، ننگت باز، ننگت باز. مدیر عامل دروغ کو، اجرای وعدهات کو. مدیر عامل دروغ کو، اجرای وعدهات کو. مرگون من مزاحم، مرگون من مزاحم، مرگون من مزاحم، مرگون من مزاحم. رقص خیانت، مخابرات خجالت.
بازنشسته با غیرت بزن بیرون از خونت.
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 عدالتی ندیدی فقط دروغ شنیدی.
عدالتی ندیدی فقط دروغ شنیدی.
این همه بی عدالتی هرگز ندیده ملتی.
این همه بی عدالتی هرگز ندیده ملتی.
بازنشسته داد بزن، حق تو فریاد بزن.
ستاد فرمان امام حق ماها رو خورده. ستاد فرمان امام حق ماها رو خورده.
حق ماها رو خورده. حق ماها رو خورده.
اعتماد با بیم سپاه حق ماها رو خورده. اعتماد با بیم سپاه حق ماها رو خورده. اعتماد با بیم سپاه حق ماها رو خورده. نه مجلس نه دولت نیستن به فکر ملت. نه مجلس نه دولت نیستن به فکر ملت. نه مجلس نه دولت نیستن به فکر ملت. Hakkimizi anlatıyor. Gözleri açalatıyor. Allah zalim. Nakili. Doşanbe ha hamile. O hakkın hak nakili. Doşanbe ha hamile. Sahamdar zalim hakkı mahar kurdu. Sahamdar zalim hakkı mahar kurdu. Sefade cinavi hakkı mahar kurdu. Sefade cinavi hakkı mahar kurdu. Bunyan tağun hakkı mahar kurdu.
In Ahvaz, on Tuesday, October 7th, active and retired oil industry employees gathered to protest their difficult living conditions and the plunder by the regime's leaders. Simultaneously, official oil workers in the southern regions, from the industrial hub of Asaluye to the South Pars gas platforms, held concurrent rallies to protest discrimination and injustice in payments. On Geshem Island, also on Tuesday, October 7th, hundreds of hardworking laborers held a protest gathering. They stopped working and gathered in front of the company to protest the non-payment of their wages since July. Workers at the under-construction refinery on Geshem Island are facing dire living conditions due to months of unpaid salaries, to the point where they cannot even afford to buy school clothes for their children. In Andameshk, on Tuesday, October 7th, daily wage municipal workers held a gathering to protest their lack of insurance and legal benefits. On Sunday, October 5th, bakers in Mashhad continued their multi-day protest against non-payment of subsidies for more than 100 days, and the government's empty promises to meet their needs. Bakers in Sava also gathered in front of the regime's governor's office in the city on Monday, October 6th, raising their voices to protest bankruptcy and the problems caused by subsidy cuts.
نانوایان ساوه به خاطر نریختن یاران اینان ورشکسته نونوایی به خاطر ورشکستگی نونوایی.
On Saturday, October 4th, a group of applicants for a 352-unit national housing project in Yazd gathered in front of the regime's provincial governor's office to protest the non-delivery of their homes. This is despite the fact that the full cost of the homes has been paid by the people over the years. But the mullah's regime has not only failed to complete the houses, but has also provided no answers to the people for years, citing various excuses. In Kermanshah, on Monday, October 6th, a group of applicants for another national housing project also held a gathering, voicing their protest against the non-delivery of their homes. On the same day, Shari Khord also witnessed a protest by national housing applicants for a project where, for years, promises have been delayed and there is no progress in the projects. Candidates for the Ministry of Education's employment exam also rallied on Monday, October 6th, protesting the quota-based system, discriminatory scoring, and the government's false promises. And this concludes this week's edition of our weekly roundup of Iran protests. We hope we have been able to echo some parts of the Iranian people's voice of protest. Until next time.
Follow the People's Mujahideen Organization of Iran on YouTube, Facebook, X, and our website.